My name's Chris Stadler. I'm product marketing manager for Volvo Trucks, responsible for long haul, and also part of the launching of this all new Volvo V&L. Pretty much majority of this is all new, and it starts from the front where you got the wedge shaped design of the truck. You got specific vents purposely designed to help air management inside underneath the hood compartment as well. You can see tight tolerances. We've actually lowered the LED headlamps as well. They're more integrated and more control when it comes to temperature support. And then here in the front, we've added fog lamps with cornering lamps to the truck. So now when you're making that turn in a slow maneuver to the right or left, it actually lights up on the side here, giving better visibility. Like I said, these air intakes are all designed for ventilation and keeping the engine compartment efficiently cooled down. It also has exhaust vents here as well to help take that trap heat out from the backside. We'll have wheel closeouts for more aerodynamics as you go down the side of the vehicle. Also, you have the sloped windshield here that's kind of wrapped around the A-pillars. As you see, it comes into the A-pillars design, and then it transitions up to the roof line, giving a more aerodynamic slope there. And then that carries on onto the back of the truck as well, actually gets it closer connected to the tractor and to the trailer. When you take it back here, you can see some nice features when it comes to approach lighting for the driver. So when they come up, they can hit their key fob and allow some approach lighting that lights up the vehicle. Nice ingress egress step, so it's improved there to give better support and better safety of entering and exiting the truck. And then also a nice new feature we brought in there is one handle release of the chassis fairing. So before you would have two handles to do it. Now we made it much easier, much more secured. As you can see here, we have 24-volt electrical architecture. Our system is all 24 volts for higher voltage but less amperage, so less heat, less wear and tear on the components. And then you can see it's 12-volt batteries, but it's also in series to make the 24 volts. So you got 6 of them here because this supports our parking cooler. We also have a Volvo parking cooler that's new to the market as well. It also comes with an ultra capacitor, and that helps with charging. So it also helps stay the health of batteries, keeping the batteries healthy much longer, but also gives an extra charge to help start the truck. Again, tight lines, closures of depth tanks and fuel tanks here. We've kind of combined the depth tank with the fuel tank because we were trying to, again, close the gap between the tractor and the trailer, so we've moved a lot of things forward to create that aerodynamic flow. As we move back here, you can kind of see we have cab side fairing extensions that are going to close the gap, but also when it comes to reachability for, once you get a little bit tightness between the tractor and the trailer, sometimes a little tight to squeeze back here. Yep. So now we have this option of
move it out
and allow you to get your airline connections or access the back of the cab.
Right.
New camera options as well. We got a backup camera this today. Now we're going to carry it over into the new truck, but also options for additional cameras. So if a customer wants to have multiple cameras on their trucks, they can actually pick the next 7 cameras in total, 6 more cameras there. They can do 5 up there, as you can see, plug in there, and then they can actually connect to their trailer. So if they're married to their trailer a lot, they can actually get a camera set up on that one and get backup camera. Move back here, you can kind of see a new suspension that we're going to offer. We're bringing over our global rear air suspension called GROS. We like acronyms, by the way. Here you can kind of see it's got some V-rods. It's got 8 bags of suspension support. This is more of a non-torque reactive suspension, so when you get in torque reactive suspension, you kind of get that aggressiveness pulling forward to try to lunge it forward as you accelerate. This one kind of will set down, and it'll basically adjust to any type of suspension or any type of load out there. Whether you're unloaded or fully loaded, it's going to feel the same way every time.
Okay.
On the other side, we got a new linear exhaust after treatment system. It's basically better in terms of it's more linear, that you don't have to have a lot of cycling through that one system.
Okay.
And we're seeing the possibility of improving our service intervals with that. But the great thing about it, if it does need servicing, it's easy to change out the filter. And at the same time, it's divided up into 3 sections, allowing if you have a replacement of the DEF area or the SCR, it's easy to interchange it without having to take the complete system out. We've had a chance to redesign the interior as well. With the new truck, you can kind of see that the cockpit, it's almost like it's built around the driver. We have narrowed in the A-pillars a little bit, so it is a little bit narrower than before than what we have today. But then as you go to the B-pillars, what we say behind the seats here, it widens back out. So it gives them a nice view, don't really give you a tightness back here in the back area. This here is our 62-inch sleeper. We do have a 74-inch sleeper as well to offer. In the front here, you can see a digital cluster. So we have an instrument cluster that's digital now. Then you have new stalk controls now. We have the gear shifter now behind the steering wheel, so they can easily turn it to drive, neutral, reverse. And the engine brake is also incorporated into that as well. So nice, easily convenient. This one has a push button start. So we've made it simple as much as we can, keeping the driver focused on driving. Put the controls in their hands on the steering wheel so they can do their cruise control settings, their sound stereo. They can go through their menus. So actually the driver information display will show a lot of information what they need on the truck. We also have an infotainment here. The infotainment is designed to also give additional gauge support if they need that additional information, but also it's connected to the cameras. So when you have those multiple cameras connected up to your truck, it'll broadcast it into this infotainment. So now they can see it in their infotainment, not have to worry about, having an additional monitor here for their camera.